Hello, people. Welcome back to another stream. And yeah, it's Australia's unfortunately maybe think, why aren't you in school? So yeah, if you want to know, just DM me privately on my socials. I'll tell you. I'm not going to open publicly because I don't want. It's not deep, but I just don't want to. So yeah, yeah, everyone who's watching, make sure to smash a like and subscribe. Right, if you haven't already. And yeah, they're about to start. So my predictions for this, I'll quickly share my predictions for all the games. Let me quickly. So first of all, I'm going to show you the explanations of the scores stuff. So yeah, they do. Ah, sorry, wrong screen. I don't want to see myself. Oops. Oh, that's what. So yeah. So this is the explanation. So when I say narrow, means that comfortable one. That so yeah. Uh, they, so yeah. This is a big match in terms of the groups. Um, yeah, I'm going to share my predictions now in a bit. If you can't hear me, just let me know. I will just talk louder. This is my predictions. I'm going Australia comfortable one, Sri Lanka narrow one tomorrow, New Zealand comfortable one tomorrow, also Zimbabwe narrow one defeating Netherlands, India to beat Bangladesh, and of course the match South Africa to beat little old Pakistan. So yeah, for South Africa playing, but for why not keep the flag? Big crowd day at the Gabba today. So yeah, uh, really interesting match coming up. So yeah, that's my predictions. Of course, Ireland won the toss and chose to field first. Aaron Finch said he would have also chosen to field or slash bowl first. So it seems like both teams are want to chase, but yeah, Ireland won the toss. Of what I've heard, the pitch seems good. It almost looks like a day three test match pitch, so it's definitely a good pitch. It seems like a bowling pitch, hard, dry. So if you can, the ball will skid on. Of course, the ref called that's a wide. That should be a wide. David Warner says that should be a wide, but the ref doesn't agree with that. Now, ball short and Warner will nick it. Oh, and a close chance there for run out. So he nicks it to the fielder. Then the fielder, when they ran, the fielder tried to hit the wickets. He missed by a long way, but close chance there for Ireland already going to the match. But yeah, be up everyone. I saw we got 2 new subscribers on the cricket stream, and be up everyone who tuned in um, this this weekend that just passed. As we got like over 6 or maybe 7 subscribers, um, new subscribers. So absolute great weekend. Aaron Finch plays it through the gap and they will run for 2. Will they get 2? Yes, they will. Oh, well done there. Great running between the wickets by this way. Of course, Warner, experience. Finch is also experienced. Yeah, both of them look really good. If we look T20 career matches, 103 for David Warner, 98 for sorry, 98 for 103 for Aaron Finch. Um, then that's good bowling there. Aaron Finch tries to get the ball away. Of course, Aaron Finch is right hand. Um, and yeah, if we look, the road, Ireland, of course, the big star in the team is Paul Sterling. So yeah, we have Craig. He says, I know we have Ireland won toss and bowl against Australia in T20 World Cup. Yeah, nice shot play there. Hey, I'll get up a banner just for the scores. So guys aren't watching or can't watch, just be updated. So Australia batting first. Australia uh, 5-0. Maybe more after 1 over. But Craig and the chat, whoever is watching, who do you think is going to win? Will it be Ireland securing a famous win? Of course, last time they played, they they defeated England. Australia 5-0. Yeah, Australia 5-1-0 wickets down. Yeah, I'm backing Australia, but you never know. Ireland they might upset them, of course. Big crowds going to the Gabba, of course, one of the most famous grounds, and some fans are in Halloween costumes and face painting. The kids, they have face paint on, so yeah, looks like a good atmosphere there. Now a deer running in, bowling to David Warner. David Warner gets it through the gap, and they will get a single. And yeah, the ball swings. David Warner tells principal swings. Yeah, yeah. Big up everyone who's watching. 5 likes. Big up everyone for that. And, come on. I would love to see Ireland, of course, win, but I think it's going to be too much. No, Adair is coming in, is going bowling, swing it into Anfield, and he tries to come down the track, misses it completely, almost hitting the wickets. Close chance there. Ball, good seam position. The ball just kept going straight, and a late swing at the end, just nipping away from the bat. And now his third ball of the over, bowling. Oh, great ball swing into the pad, and Aaron Finch will descend for two. No, they won't. They will only get a single. Um, it it is of course a power play. The power play, so only two fielders are allowed outside the circle. And if we look at Aaron Finch's T20 career, strike rate versus pace 138 versus spin 152. Um, strike rate versus spin and away is 163, and that big one 152 is the spin into him. 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 Just going to see if I can quickly go back to that. And is of course strong in playing the pull shot, first facing shorter lanes can uh, pull. So yeah, now uh, David Warner, of course, um, he may be. Australia's new captain, uh, uh, as Finch, I think in the ODIs, it might be because or Test, because I know Australia are looking for a new captain. That so yeah. David Warner. Today's milestones. David Warner needs 49 runs to 1,000 in to 1,000 runs in 20 T20 history for Australia. Maxwell needs two sixes to have 400 T20 sixes, and then of course Matthew Wade needs 51 runs to get to that 4,000 T20 runs. So big milestones for a few players, and that's 3 runs from that over, a few dot balls included, and it's Australia 8 runs, 0 wickets down after two overs. Yeah. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on my socials down there below. Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Um, yeah, make sure to subscribe to our clips channel, where will be posting loads of clips after streams and everything. So yeah, Barry McCarthy is in new bowler, I think. Bowling change. Seems like yeah, bowling change. Oh, played and it's out. David Warner is gone. Bowled short, out, and then almost tried to like pull it off his hips and from his chest away, and but straight short ball hit the deck hard. David Warner tried to play it just behind the keeper, but there was a fielder there, and I believe that was caught by. So Australia in trouble early going into this match. Can they upset Australia after 2 overs? And yeah, that's the first ball, and Mitchell Marsh goes into um and yeah, I am still wondering why they haven't played what do you call it, Steve Smith yet. That's a big surprise for me. Guess he's not in favor. I would have played him by now. Oh, let's will say he's feeling sleepy. Tiring day. Yeah, it's tiring for you. Jeez, what? It's like 5 a.m. No, it's not even trash. They are trash, but Australia. Oh, big, and that will be a for Mitchell Moss. McCarthy tries to get the short ball, but this time he doesn't get that same bounce. And Mitchell Moss with an incredible pull shot whacks it for a four. Brilliant shot, awful delivery, almost went for 6. Uh, England versus South Africa World Cup final. No, 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 no. I don't want England in another final. They just match fix every final. I don't want them in the final. I want to face New Zealand in the final. I want revenge for 2015. I'm supporting England. So, uh, New Zealand, yeah. And they just showing the catch now. Uh, why are you supporting England? Boo? Support India or South Africa? Yeah, support South Africa. Why not South Africa? Come on. They're winning the World Cup this year. Let's have Finch drags it off his leg, straight to the fielder, no run. So far, 5 runs from this over, 10 runs in the last 12 balls. And if we look at the field, The only field is outside is the deep square leg, which is on that side. So it's batting like this on that side, closer to the keeper, and then the what? I think there's a then they wait. What did they show? And a deep backward point. So that's almost if in that area. So if I'm batting like this, it's almost there. That like in um, yeah. Dot ball and then oh yeah, 1 run from that ball, last ball of the over. Can they get to 6 runs in this over? England is close to Canada geographically. We are its Commonwealth nation, spotted at top. I support her after the top group. Uh, did you know that Africa are also in the Commonwealth of nations? So Africa also won. With yeah, now hopefully that's but it doesn't matter. It either get in Australia or England, or maybe we get to Ireland, maybe, but I doubt it. Maybe, hopefully we get an Ireland. Hopefully Ireland finish seconds and we finish first, and then we get to Ireland. Because if you don't know, the group works like that. First place against second in each group. So if we finish first in group one, you play second in group two, and vice versa for the other group. Right? I need to update the scores. They're 14 for one 14 for one after 3 overs. And shot played, and will they get a single? Ooh! Aaron Finch casually jogging there. Um, almost a run out chance there. Of course, another. Let's hope Aaron Finch played straight to the field. He decided to run, almost gave up close to the end. He was like, I'm probably going to be out. But then Ireland, Dockrell missed it. So close there. So yeah, let's hope. Bowling into Marsh. Uh, and it will be a dot ball. Um, so one right required for Australia to reach 171 is 9.36. So yeah, they need to, if they want to put up a big total, they need to hit loads of sixes and boundaries. Played straight to the field, the missed field there by Ireland, and Australia will get another run, of course, with your Mars. Um, out Australia won the previous World Cup, T20 World Cup, so he definitely likes it. Which was uh, on six. Mitchell Mars have hit 56ers since he's been batting at number 3 in T20 matches. So he knows where the boundaries, Mitchell Marsh. Shot ball there, and I think that was called a wide. Oh, that hit Finch on the back, back. So he went like this, he almost there area. So yeah, they now another there's a two fielders on that side. Played through the gap, and that would be for Aaron Finch. Ends the fourth over. Oh wait, yeah, he doesn't in it. Sorry. Second last ball, game short. I think the bowler fell. Not sure, but I think so. Straight to the field. straight through the gap. Fielder probably should have done better in stopping that, but just perfectly timed, perfectly it said, and was a four. And again, but Finn tries it again, but this time straight to the fielder. And Australia getting almost at 6 runs and over, 20 for 1 after 3 overs. And I don't think it looks like he wants to win this game. Looks ready for this. He looks up for this. So yeah, 21 after 4 overs, right? 4 overs, not 3 overs. After 4 overs. Probably now this fifth over. So So yeah, of course, next in is Glenn Maxwell with a strike rate of 150, then followed by Marcus Stoinis with a strike rate of 149. So Adir coming back for his over. Is that out? No. Will they review it? Look close. Might be it's him too high on the pad, but that's a good ball there from Adir Aider, or however you say his name. Great scramble scene on the pad. Yeah, that's going past the stumps. If not, that's going to. Did they review? No, there was no edge, anything. And then pull shot um, played by Mitchell Moss straight to the fielder. They will pick up 1 run from that. So, we'll see. There, of course, conceded only 3 runs in his first over, bowling his second over. For those that don't know, you can only bowl 4 overs, which is 24 balls, 6 balls and over, in T20. Brilliantly played by Mitchell Mars through the gap, but he won't get 4. Will they 10 for 2? No, they won't. Uh, Burrow should have gotten 2 there. Yep. Not really running good between the wickets. Finch is sorry, that was Finch had hit the ball, not Mitchell Mars. So they did get to. Yeah, sorry about that. That's my fault. I thought Mitchell Mars. Now Finch again. He tries. He goes big. Will that go all the way? Yes, it will. It's a big six. Six. By Aaron Finch. And that will go all the way. Now Australia 1-1 off 30, 9 runs so far from this over. In bowled into the slot, right, and it was hidden into the stands. Big six. Uh, Only one World Cup match day. Yes, tomorrow there's 2 World Cup matches. It is Sri Lanka, South Afghanistan, and of course England versus New Zealand. And I mentioned my predictions a bit earlier, but I will say that again. I think Australia will win this comfortably, um, almost by either uh, either by 24 runs or 3 to 5 wickets or 5 to 9 balls. Then I think what's the next one? I went with. Is there? And then I say, uh, what did I say for? And I say Lanka to 1 narrow. Is that another big? Oh, it's just showing the replay. Then I said Sri Lanka narrow, which means 0 to 9 runs. And Finch goes over the top, and that will go for another boundary. and he's now got 23 of 16. I said Sri Lanka now. Uh, Yo, Joe, be up yourself. I'm walking home. It's just good. I, I told you why. Uh, Lucky me, but uh, can't help it. You can't help. Sometimes you do. And my mom will usually take me to school. Woke up early to go early into work. She had to, so yeah. Okay, 34. After 5 hours. Uh, New Zealand bowling lineup is scary. England batters must be careful. It's a shame we don't get England versus sorry, this stupid rain. Yeah, facts, facts. Thanks. Justin's is also facts. Yeah. So I said the narrow went to Sri Lanka, which means 0 to 9 runs, 12 to 1 to 2 wickets, or 4 balls remaining. All played down the ground. Mitchell Mars hits a four, and then Delaney another bowling change. He gets smashed, and is of course a spinner. Spinners don't do great this tournament in Australia. A few of the pros should have done better there. They dived. Pros should have uh, tried to do better, but Delaney now bowling second ball. Mitchell Mars has a wide stance, bowls into him, and he blocks it, and it will be uh, 0 runs, a dot ball. And England, New Zealand, I think New Zealand will win comfortable 10 to 24 runs, 3 to 5 wickets, or 5 to 9 balls remaining. Zimbabwe, I backed Zimbabwe to a narrow, exactly same outcome. Oh, tried to sweep me to Mars, but straight to the field. A great field placement by Delaney and the captain. So Zimbabwe, I'm going narrow. Good, same as what I said for the Sri Lanka game. India, I back comfortable. South Africa also comfortable versus uh, Pakistan. And again, another dot ball by Delaney. He's done good so far this match. Oh, the spin. He's found his length now. He's found his length. Mitchell Moss 11 from 11, going, going at 100 strike rate. He can run a ball. Now that's another dot ball. So only 4 runs so far. That's over 18 runs. These last 12 balls. No run is shouting that I'm appeal from him. They won't review and yeah, 38 for 1 over 6 of the 6 overs. Um, Good power play. The power play is now, of course, over. Good power play for Ireland and even for Australia. I think it's a bit balanced. You usually want to get in range of that 44. That Ireland, they probably would have liked a wicket more. I want to beat those fools Australia, but can't because of stupid rain. You might get them, unless there's a miraculous downfall of New Zealand. You might get them in the final, but that's just if there's a miraculous downfall from New Zealand. But Fionn hand another bowling change. So it's using loads of bowlers. I think this is almost fifth bowler it's going with. Maybe it's a sixth bowler. Um, it's going with a big bowling change. Hand goes in. Oh, brilliant Yorker, but Mitchell, sorry, Aaron pitches it out and they will get a single. And what's the ref signaling there? I don't know what. Yeah, they're showing Ian Bishop on the ground commentator. Uh, what's hmm, what's dot ball there from Anne. So, of course, Australia famous for their sheriff. People were sheriff. People have dressed up as sheriffs. There's a crowd of them. And now Ant bowling to Mitchell Marsh. Hits it big. Hits it long. It's a six. A massive six. I just thought it was going over the roof with a massive six there from Mitchell Marsh. And he moves on to 17 from 15 balls. Massive six. 102 meters. Not as big as David Miller's six yesterday. It is 104 meters, but close enough. Close enough. Oh, okay. How many likes are we on? 7 likes. Be up yourself with that. There you go. Yeah. And bowling against Mitchell Marsh. This time he bowls it shorter and it's slow ball, and Mitchell Marsh doesn't time it right, and that will go straight to the keeper. Ireland haven't really found their lanes so far, but after Marsh came in and Finch started eating. Yeah. And with a, I don't know what type of the ball that is. It went short and it completely in the other direction. So I'm now batting. Ball comes, it bowls it short. It went behind my back like that, almost almost in that door's direction. There. Which is by Mitchell Marsh, and it will go all the way. A drop catch there in the crowd. Oh, that's a big six. It's by Aaron Finch. And again, why is it going short? It's going short of a length. It's getting smashed. It's unless you bowl it really short, there's not really any bounce. But yeah, dragged it back, and then a full toss. Yeah, Conor McGregor would make a good spin with the eyes. You never know. That was a big over 12. I think 15 runs from that over. It's a big over for that. Yeah, Tomorrow's on six. 102 meters six is now the third biggest six. It's alongside Aaron Finch as 68 versus New Zealand 102. So yeah, get your prediction in. Who is going to win the World Cup? I think South Africa do it. If not, then New Zealand will do it. Yeah, 53. So what? That's 15 ones. Connor against now another bowling change. George Dockrell to come into the attack. Dockrell beautifully spun, but Mitchell Marsh get it away, will clear the in-ring field, and they'll go for 1 run. Yeah, and Money is going for Australia to beat Ireland by 30 runs or 5 wickets. Are you doing anything? Oh, big shot there by Mitchell Marsh. Won't find a fielder. Won't find a boundary or the fielder for a catch. They will run for two. Yeah, two. What are you doing anything to that? What are you planning to do? Uh, uh, so, Dockwell doing good so far. That's over. Unkeep caught the ball. Oh, beautifully played. Tucked away into the gap. They will go for two. Yeah, they will run for two. Duck will try to chase chase him. Try to get the ball, but it couldn't. They have already ran two. So both of them on 27 runs right now. Marsh 27 from 20, and Finch also 27 from 20 balls. So both of them have faced 20 balls. Almost. Both 27 runs. So yeah, now top row just neatly puts away into the gap. Would they get two? No, they won. Holmes and 1-1. Marshall faced next over 0 runs from that. I'm going to party dressed as Pennywise the dancing clown. That's just funny. That's just funny, Chelsea. But yeah, don't go to Chris's house. Don't go to Chris's house. If they Chris Rouse. Don't go to his house. Wait, no. 8 hours. 8 hours, not 7. Yes. These 8 hours have gone by really quickly. Coffee coming back for his over, of course, the wicket taker. It took the wicket taker who took Aaron, who took David Warner's wicket. So yeah. Now, uh, oh, and it's another wicket. Of course, I can't say the Nick because the sound is off. But McCarthy strikes again. Mitchell Marsh has to go, and that's a big wicket for Ireland. Mitchell Marsh has to go for 28 runs. Yeah, he got, after seeing the replay, he got a nick on that. And again, McCarthy takes 2 wickets on his first ball. Did it in the first over he bowled. And now Australia 60 for 2. They and now Glenn Maxwell, of course, the big hitter. It comes so Mitchell Marsh got 28 of 22 balls, 2 4s and 2 6s. Got so yeah, in Ireland, McCarthy really the only bowler of them to hit the right length and bowl at the right speed. In, Glenn Maxwell, uh, average of 27, strike rate of around 150, and first ball it tucks away and they will get two. So you'll see if McCarthy can get it. Mm. Yeah. That people. So yeah, 2 runs. So for 6 runs for Maxwell, six off free. Finch's footwork. When it's ball, if it's bowled short, then you will. Okay, so yeah. Pulled away by Aaron Finch and they will get a run. How much? A single. It's a single. So Aaron Finch will face the next ball. So yeah, sorry about that, people. Just 82 for 2 after 9 overs. Oh yeah. Australia in the driving seat. Aaron Finch just giving some advice to Glenn Maxwell. Uh, yeah. Of course, next in is Stoinis with 149, strike rate 160, uh, strike rate system David in Matthew 123, uh, strike rate. Delaney, of course, conceded 4 runs in his first over, pulled away by Aaron Finch, but they will only get a single. Oh, overthrow? No, the backup will get it. Yeah. And there's someone dressed uh, as a skeleton. Not as like a skeleton. With, with no bones and anything like body shape. That Oh, Azad! And the ref gives him Glenn Maxwell as a goal. I think he's going to review it. Yeah. I would review it, yeah. He reviews it instantly. And the ref has given him out. I would have reviewed that. That looked for me pitching outside. So ball, I think that's a flipper. Ball, let's see. Did he get bet on that? If he did get bet on that, if he didn't, then he's plum. He's plum if he didn't get bets on that. If he did, then he is, yeah, he got bets on that. He got bets on that. Definitely sparked the umpire has to overturn his decision to not out and stays Australia are down for two. So he stays. But Delaney is looking dangerous.
Hi, Hanno. You there? Okay. Hello, everyone. Glad that I was able to join in. And looks as though Australia are in a bit of a spot of bother here at 87 for 3 after 12.1 overs. Not exactly the run rate they wanted. And second ball of the over to be bowled by McCarthy. Finch going quite strong with 36 off 32. Not exactly his fluent best, but holding everything together with Glenn Maxwell having gone. Marcus Stoinis is with him at the crease right now. Second ball of the over. And that is a huge wide delivery. Finch swung at that and missed that, but the umpire certainly didn't miss that. And that's been called a wide. So Ireland won the toss and elected to bat first, as you probably will know. And the umpires today are Chris Gaffney and Nitin Menon, with the TV umpire being the former Sri Lankan international and World Cup winner Kumar Dharmasena. And the match referee is Christopher Broad, former England batsman. McCarthy again carries through to the wicketkeeper Tucker. And Australia can continue. So this is certainly a must-win game for both teams, and I have obviously put in my... Good to see you, Hannah.
Yeah, sorry guys. Uh, just had to quickly do some stuff. Um, but yeah, Australia look good so far. I wouldn't say they're struggling. They look good. I think they can continue on this. They can definitely get something from this game, Australia. But the pitch definitely looks like a bowling pitch. Oh, sorry, batting pitch. Um, I would
Well,
say because, but if just when the ball is at the right length, then then you struggle. But when they hit the wrong length, then you can smash them. I
right.
think Australia's running between the wickets hasn't really been good, especially with Aaron Finch there. He's not the quickest runner between the wickets. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Manny, for jumping in. For,
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm sorry I came a bit late. It takes a bit of a long time for my computer to get set up, and when you spoke to me, I actually wasn't at the PC. But
no,
this is a must-win game, obviously, for both teams, because both teams will be eyeing 2 points from this. And mercifully, it seems as though play is going ahead. So whatever play goes ahead, there will be a result.
yeah. I first thought it might rain, and because I checked the weather before.
Shot, but straight to the mid wicket,
Yeah,
deep in wicket fielder. Go ahead. You thought that it might rain?
I thought it might rain because I was checking the weather for this game before I scheduled the stream, and I was like, maybe it rains.
Right.
So,
Okay. Well, I'm really sorry.
apparently,
I'm really sorry you weren't able to go to school, but it's nice that you were able to decided to do this, because this obviously has ramifications for both Australia and Ireland. If Ireland lose, then this could put their campaign in danger, whereas Australia will need this win. But
shot.
you would think that against Ireland and Afghanistan, Australia should have the measure of both teams. Certainly not going to take either team for granted.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. 92, 5 runs from that over. They need to up their run rate. Stoiners, like I said in the comments, when I was he's struggling to get the ball away. He's really struggling
Hmm.
to get that ball away. Yeah,
So, who are you cheering for this match?
I'm predicted Australia to win, but I would always love an upset, or, especially if Ireland But what's Ireland's next game? Is it against New Zealand?
Yes.
Uh, let's okay. Well, if they get 2 points from that, it's game down 5 points. But the thing is, then England so- can get
So it's the leg
who, the,
spinner
who does
Gareth.
England
So it's the leg
play
spinner
this
Gareth
weekend?
Delaney who comes on to bowl. I'll definitely take this over, but then I'll have to have some grub. But I will come back after 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
Uh,
England, who do
Back
they
down the
face?
ground. Is there a
England
fielder
is Sri
around that?
Lanka. Oh,
And that goes for
England
four.
versus Sri Lanka might be interesting. Um,
England versus Sri Lanka. Yeah, it could be interesting. Sri Lanka is very badly out of form. Their batting looks very brittle, and their bowling certainly is not really up to snuff. But England have problems. I mean, their batsmen have not been firing at all on all cylinders. Their bowling and fielding has been good, though. Nice boundary that by Marcus Stoinis, of course, starring with that blistering innings of 59 off just 18 balls against Sri Lanka. So that's certainly gone some way to improving Australia's net run rate, but it is still badly negative, and that defeat to New Zealand was obviously a very damaging one.
yeah, definitely. But the
So,
thing is, the one thing is that Ireland might hope, if they can win this game, they might hope that New Zealand can trash uh, England to demolish their net
once
run
again,
rate. So, because if
yeah,
you look at the group, if England gets a heavy defeat against New Zealand and Ireland win this game, you never know. Ireland might sneak into the semis.
yep, that could be a possibility. I mean, who would ever have thought that we'd have a situation where the likes of Ireland and Zimbabwe and Bangladesh would still be in contention for a spot in the semis? And the remaining fixtures in Group 1 are in Brisbane at the Gabba and at the Adelaide Oval. Gareth Delaney, once again played on the onside by Marcus Stoinis, and they scamper for two. Nice advertisement there, urging people to donate to unicef.org.au/cricket, helping girls to play sport. Of course, in Afghanistan, that simply isn't the case for obvious reasons. A straight ball from Delaney, which is thwacked back over the ground by Stoinis for six. So it looks as though they're trying to target the leg spinner, and it's worked brilliantly so far. A dot ball, then a 4 and a 2 and a 6 makes it 12 runs off the over. And Stoinis didn't even need to march down the track. All he did was just stand in his crease, and he delivered. Got to the line and the pitch of that ball beautifully. Hit down the ground, straight to the mid-off fielder for the 1. 13 from the over so far, with 1 ball to go. Strong fellow, Stoinis. Delivered that quite beautifully. Eating a what? And that should be called a wide, and it is. So, still 1 ball to go, 14 off the over so far. And switch hit that from Aaron Finch, which sees the batsman run for 2. So the switch hit coming into play. 16 off the over, 108 for 3, Australia, after 14 overs. And that's come at a pretty good time as well, because one would think that in the next few overs they will need to start hitting out. Clearly, that over from Delaney has given them some hope. Right. That's the ticker. And once Mr. Trollope comes back, I will have to bid you all adieu for a little bit of time. So the 5th, the 7th, and that 14th over proving to be really big for Australia right now. And now into the attack comes the seamer, Adair, who is immediately hit down the ground for 4 by Marcus Stoinis, who is chugging along quite nicely. And Stoinis coming into form couldn't have been better timed, pun intended. Pretty much bowled straight into him, got to the pitch of that beautifully, swung his big left leg out, and the rest is history. As I said, he is a strong fella, powerful arms, and he will certainly offer his captain robust support. That is wide from the fast bowler and will be called so. So just a reminder, there are a couple of lines so a little bit further to either side of the wicket, and the bowler has to make sure that he bowls within those lines to avoid being called a wide. Of course, anything wide of the leg side will be called a wide. Already 5 runs, needless runs, it must be said. And that is high in the air, but has that got the distance to go all the way? Yes, it has. Well, that was some brilliant fielding there by the fielder who caught that and threw that ball in before coming down on the ground. It was Barry McCarthy there who did some brilliant work there at the boundary rope. And has he hurt himself? Well, the physio's patting his stomach there. Looks as though he might be a little bit winded. Maybe. But we're going to take a look at this brilliant piece of fielding. Airborne, threw it back in, and so he saved the 6, which is brilliant stuff. And obviously, because he wasn't touching the ball as he hit the boundary, that did not go all the way. Magnificent stuff from Barry McCarthy. Just a matter of formality, but we're going to need to find out if they were able to run at least 3 or 4. It looks as though they will have run 3. And McCarthy's all right. So the umpires will have to adjudicate for that, and I think they've signaled that it's gone 4-2. But excellent catch with his left hand, threw it back in. He is, of course, a right arm fast bowler, but that was some brilliant piece of work with his wrong hand there. Saw that coming in, dived magnificently, and the presence of mind he showed to throw it back in was absolutely brilliant. Saved 4 runs for his side right there. Well done, sir. And so after that moment of excitement, Adair will bowl his 3rd ball of the over. And Stoinis responds by moving to his offside and hoiking that all the way over deep square leg for a boundary. A means of saying, you took 4 runs away from me. I'm going to get those 4 runs back. You little so-and-sos. And that was actually about to go wide, but Stoinis showed great presence of mind there to just walk over to his offside and hoik that all the way over deep square leg. Didn't have the distance and the height to go all the way for a 6, but he's got his 4 runs back. So even in this game, no shortage of excitement, no shortage of drama. 11 runs from this over, and it looks as though Stoinis and Finch are going to target these middle overs before hoping to hit out at the death. Last 3 overs, they've chugged on very nicely, 12.8 and over. And Adair's gone round the wicket to try and cramp up the angle. to sort of tighten the angle rather and hopefully cramp up the batsman. Didn't quite work. He made room to hit that, but that went all the way to the deep mid-wicket fielder for a single, which has brought Aaron Finch back on strike, 40 off 36. A very sedate, responsible innings from the Australian captain, who is certainly needed to get back into form. And that is wide and will be called so. So 13 runs off this over, and clearly the Irish bowlers are struggling to maintain their lines. And so the Irish captain at the moment is at a loss for words. How does he get his bowlers to control themselves? Fifth ball of the over. And is that going to be called a wide? Yes, it is. Swung at that, missed that, and also that will be Adair's only legal delivery. So hope all is well. He just missed an amazing piece of fielding. Okay, so he's gone again. So there's a huge gap over there between deep square leg and deep mid wicket, which he might look to exploit. And another wide delivery. So this is really, 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 I wouldn't say unprofessional, but rather lackadaisical stuff from Mark Adair. Dealing in extras, wides, not what his captain will want. I mean, so far, Ireland have been able to get in their overs quite quickly, and they are on time, but a few more extras will add to the pressure. And that has been hoiked all the way to deep square leg, and once again, that goes to the boundary. This time, Aaron Finch decided to get in on the act. So the fielding's going to have to get a little bit better. Did I hear a sneeze? Wow. Looks as though our boy's got a bit of a cold. But once again, Finch now not quite backing away, but moving his back leg to the offside, getting some good range on that and hoiking that away to deep square leg. So what does a fast bowler do in this situation? 19 off this over so far. Round the wicket now to the right-handed Finch, and that goes wide as well. So things okay with you?
Yeah, yeah. Good, good, good.
You know, I
Seems
see
like
that there's a part of your flag over there that almost looks like a Jamaican flag.
well, yeah, this spot, yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
last 11 balls have gone for 36 runs. The last ball, and is
and
that
we'll
going to be
go
called?
for more.
That will be a
Six.
six, but is that going to be a no ball as well?
I don't
And that
think that
brings
should
up
be.
Aaron Finch's 50. Certainly, uh, well, thankfully it's not for
Yeah.
Ireland. It's not a no
But
ball,
it
but
seems like
26.
that over went on forever.
Yep,
Oh,
because of the wides,
how
and
many whites are about?
well, it's hard to count. I think there might have been four in that over.
Okay, just
It's
okay.
all happening out there. All happening out there. So, are things all good with you?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to sort of nip off for the next 2 or 3 overs to have some food, but I will hop back on. Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
four whites in that over. Yeah.
Yeah, four wides. So I'll see you, yeah? Cheers.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Ah, almost a brilliant catch. Almost a brilliant catch there by Ireland. Almost. Almost. Brilliant. Boo, see, see, see. Uh, boo, boo, Australia, let's go Ireland. We have no chance. We have absolutely no chance. But let's go. I'm involved now. I'm slow. I'm a slow system. Jeez. So yeah. Big six, of course, was that from Aaron Finch. So yeah. Tucked away into the gap, and that will be a single. And most sixes in T20 internationals, Aaron Finch goes into the top four. He's now fourth place alongside Chris Gale, 124 sixes for both of them. This innings, Aaron Finch, of course, 51 for I think of 39 balls, four sixes, and or two sixes and four fours, I believe, or maybe the other way around. But yeah, uh, but so far Australia has done good. But the question is, where will Australia end up? Going at 8 runs and over, so I think they might even get to 200, and that's a big six that goes long, high up in the air. And it will be a six. Last ball of the over goes for a six, and Australian bowlers, Island bowlers have not turned up. Mm, One, what, 145 after 16. A beautiful night in Perth, oh, sorry, in Brisbane, at the Gabba. Beautiful night, right? It's of course the bridge has lights on it, blue, and then of course the river. Because it's all beautifully punched away by Stoinis, but he won't get boundary. They will in fact run two. They're showing highlights of the six big six, 88 meters, and that went high up into the sky. Super sixes so far, Super 12 of 120. So far, for mentioned the same. People in the comments, tell me how many runs do you think the trailer will get? How many runs will the trailer get? I'm going with 200. On 200. 195 to 200. Oh, just over the top of the field there. And it will go to the boundary. But then, and they will run two. just over the fielder, and that brings up 150 for Australia. 150 ball played by Australia. Aaron Finch uh, of a magnificent mark. Yeah, a cover just over the top of that cover. Tried to catch it, but didn't. Right, and then smashed down the ground for another four uh, by Aaron Finch. So yeah, now it's already 9 runs off the over. There's still two balls to come. Finch looks in brilliant form. It's straight down the ground. Will he be out? Yes, he will. McCarthy picks up his third wicket this time in, uh, in his fourth ball. He picks up the big fish, Aaron Finch, and the, the wicket goes on the boundary. Tried to go again for six, but he's out. Aaron Finch is gone, and maybe now, of course, Tim David, the big hitter, comes to the crease. See what he can do. But wicket for Ireland. Jefferson is an Ireland. We also bad. I have facts. So, do you expect them to be good? No. So yeah. Tim David comes to the crease. But this might be an opening for Ireland. But then again, Stoinis there, he's looked in good nick after the few balls he's faced, so maybe it will come good, and he will be now the disruption. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. Tim David's strike rate of 160. First ball faces, short ball, uh, just pulls its way to straight to the fielder for a six, and that's 10 runs with that over. That's missed out completely dead by Aaron Finch. Missed out 155 for 4 after 17 overs is Australia. They're still in a good position. Get up the bat. Turn the bat just this. Turn the bat. African flag. South Africa. Over and just heard the replay of the catch. It didn't get enough elevation on the shot and caught. Coffee has one overlay. Don't know if he's going to be given the last over. Maybe. I think I would give him the last over. Oh, was that the drop catch? Did he get a lick on that? I think he, of course, Stockwell spinner get a lick on him. Oh, he definitely got a lick on that. Drop catch there by the keeper. So as he goes wrong, no, don't find the fielder. Drop catch over the boundary. Answer people. Okay. So David, I'm trying to pulls off it. He hits for office legs, checks everything, and they will get a C. Single. So yeah. Seems like don't think Australia will get to the big total. As Stoinis hits the ball for a few sixes. I don't think so. But Doko somehow so far. Oh, big swing by Stoinis. He was in his face. Good over. Only three from that over. And that Stockwell bowled out, considered 24 runs in his four overs. So, yeah. Okay. Just be swing. Little. Yeah, they're saving coffee, I think, for the last over. Might be good actually. Can be checked. Coffee bowled out. Why they white ball starts the over. Yeah. Let's white ball starts the over little. He starts the over with white ball. Oh, big. He tries to hit it Clinton David. That called for another white? Don't think so. Yeah, no, it isn't. Good decision there. I'm just going to check if McCarthy's balled out. So this is one of the first times I'm seeing Tim David play live, so we'll see. I've heard much about him, but I don't know if he's so good. People say, "Oh, that's a big try." Well, it becomes oh, it's another drop catch by Ireland. A difficult catch, catch diving low down. But if you want to compete on the highest level, you need to catch the just dipped at the wrong time frame. Uh, yeah, just a bit too slow to the ball. Ball. Um, so yeah, McCarthy's one left, so he's going to go. McCarthy. No, McCarthy's done. It's going to be Daly or Adir. I think he's going to back Daly for that because McCarthy's out. I think he's going to back Daly. Oh, is that tomorrow? So dot ball and it's a wicket. I don't even see the wicket. Stoinis is gone island. Bring the fight back. Try to catch it all the same way. Uh, Stoinis went out. But Ireland now off. Australia now 5 down. Down. I'll change it further. Ireland fighting the comeback. They might restrict Australia to over to to under under 170. Uh, big game tomorrow night. I think about the Chelsea game. I think no. Are we playing? No, we're not playing. Are we? No, we're not playing. Who's playing? Yeah. Oh, wait, buying into your probably on about. Or if you're not, you're probably on about England, New Zealand. Then which game are you on about? No, Chelsea Grambling tonight. 10 o'clock, come on. Why can't they give us the early kickoff? I want the early kickoff. And Matthew Wade comes to the crease. He has what? 8 balls to face. Face. Swings is of course gone. Seeing now Matthew Wade. Up, full toss into the pads. He's straight to the field and he will get a single. Now Tom David was the left arm bowler. The got the wicket. Oh no, is he right arm? I think he's right arm. Straight to the field. Try to cut it and straight to the field. So, yep. So I like to pick up the ball. Now the people in the UK are probably waking up now, um, because of course the clocks will they move the clocks to our back. But what is just just past 10, 10 for them. Just for almost 10, okay, almost 10 a.m. Okay, 1, 6, 2, 4, 5, 5 down, and it's last over of this innings. Innings Australia needs 8 runs to get to 170, which I think would be be a good total for them. Full toss was past Tim David's legs. It just helps it way for a 4. And there they have decided to go with was he had that one expensive over either. Like I said, I wouldn't um, gone with that. I would have gone with Delaney. Now it's a spinner and Tim Davis they don't want to go, but the strike rate against seems are way better than two spinners. Um, short ball pulled, run out charms. No, no, they'll get there safely. So 2 runs from that over 6 runs. Can't wait to see Liverpool getting beat tomorrow night. I want to see them cry. No, yeah. The Batman's lose. And money is back.
So
Yes, money.
yeah, so a few
Just
balls to go until the end of the innings, and looks as though Australia have been, I don't know if they've necessarily been stifled, but
no.
when I,
Ever since the wicket of Finch, they have been stopped. Biggs, and that's a 4 for Tom David. He's
yeah,
attacking either. Like I said, I would have gone for the spinner for the spinner Delaney. I would have gone for him
yeah,
because either that one big over, I think it was the 17th over,
no,
or
but
the
even Delaney was hit over the fielding circle for quite a few runs. So either way, it would have been a bit of a risk for Andrew Balbirnie to pick either Adair or that's a good delivery.
yeah,
That
that's a
is the
good delivery.
line that Adair wanted to get. So, you know, there's a saying, if at first you don't succeed, change what you're doing and do something differently. And it's interesting how instead of Steve Smith, it's Timothy David who's been entrusted with the responsibility of batting like this. I think Steve Smith is probably considered to not be explosive enough, perhaps. But it'll be interesting to see what the bowling attack will be like.
Yeah,
Two deliveries to go, and obviously they're going to look to try and get their score to 180, which would be at least a little bit challenging under the circumstances, because I'm not too sure that the Irish batting will be able to reach that total.
you never know. Like I said, oh, that's some sloppy fielding. He should be stopping that. That shouldn't even be going to a boundary.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I think it's uh, it definitely looks to me like a batting surface. But well, just a day by Matthew Wade.
and
He's going
that
in,
was actually very, very wide. So the big problem with Adair is not so much that he's been expensive, but his line has been completely all over the place. And I'm pretty certain that the umpires, well, fortunately for Adair, the umpires chose to ignore the wides and just credit the four instead, because the batsman was so far out of his crease. And
and that's the end.
yeah, so 179 for five, not quite the 180 they wanted, but 17 off that over, including three boundaries. Uh, Not a very good ending.
Yeah, overs. This innings is done, and this just to confirm it. See now the chat. Uh, Welcome back, Monetisa fan. Yeah, welcome back. Irish bowlers equals South African batters being clowns. And then remove the bats and put a cricket ball instead. South Africans can only bowl.
And that's very
Ah,
harsh, Werewolf. I mean, like, look, you saw the India South Africa match yesterday. You know that Markham and Miller are more than capable of batting well.
and even
Uh,
even India struggled to bat. Even
yeah, they
India.
did. They had to depend on Sky, Surya Kumar Yadav, to get them out of a huge hole. And after Tim David and Matthew Wade, the bowling lineup is Cummins, Stark, Adam Zampa, and Joshua Hazelwood. So not certainly not a long tail, and of course Cummins and Stark can wield the long handle. Little was arguably the best of the bowlers with 2 for 21, 3 for 29 for Barry McCarthy, but the less said about Adair and Adair, the better. And of course, Delaney had 20, conceded 29 off his 3 overs with 10 dot balls. Mark Adair's line, as you can see throughout his stint, was completely all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, are they talking to Mitchell Marsh? I'm just going to mute my mic to give us. He needed. Aaron McCoy would make a good batsman. Well, Wolf Chilbro says it's just fun. But yeah, Ireland, can they get 180? Definitely they can, I think. They can, nothing is impossible. But with that attack from Australia, they should be able to get it. They should be able to defend it. So yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with Australia's bowling attack, there's no excuse if they can't really defend that target. So, yeah. I mean, Finch, of course, starring with the bat, an excellent innings from the captain. And then Mitchell Marsh chipping in. Stoinis coming in, playing a really good hand. And then Tim David and David and Matthew Wade also making some contributions there. So, It's basically Sterling and Balburney, the captain, who'll open, followed by the wicketkeeper Tucker, and then Tector, Camphor, the left arm spinner Dockrell, who's in the side as an all
Yeah.
rounder, the leg spinner
And
Gareth
happy
Delaney.
birthday to Marcus Rashford, people. Happy birthday to him. Who's got 100 goals yesterday. Happy
Oh,
up
it's his
to him.
birthday today, so happy birthday. Happy birthday indeed, mate, and well done on that landmark.
Yeah.
So they're showing highlights of this magnificent piece of fielding from Barry McCarthy.
Yeah.
Certainly
See,
did a great job
see
with
up
the ball
goal.
today, and he
Happy.
effectively stole 4 runs from Australia's total that way. And clearly,
Six.
and
Yeah,
clearly,
yes, yeah,
yeah,
four.
and clearly, Stoinis wasn't having any of that. He said, "All right, you bugger, you take 4 runs from me. I'm going to get them back." Smited the
Yeah.
next delivery for 4.
Uh, all right. Good night, lads, or good morning. I don't know. See ya. So, yeah. Good night for you,
Night,
I
Wolf.
believe. Or good morning. I don't. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah. See ya, Wolf. Hopefully you can join in later in the comments. Again at the end. Yeah, money is of course Ireland. He wants Ireland to win. Um, going to fix. Change that. Uh, but money. Do you think can Ireland do it or not?
Nope. I really don't think so. It's going to take one or two of their batsmen playing really magnificent innings to have any hope of that happening, and I seriously do not see that happening.
Right? Others. I'm just an 80 of Stanton. So yeah, do you guys have the equation for Ireland? We'll bye. See you next time. Yeah, see you next. Okay. Uh, and Manny, I'm
Yep.
going to grab myself a quick drink.
Yep.
Uh, and when I'm done, you can also grab yourself a quick drink for
Yeah.
the
I
games.
mean, now listen. Until you're back, I'll hold the fort.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
just people. Yeah, it's okay. And I will bring a quick ball.
So another advertisement there for the unicef.org.au/cricket initiative, helping girls to play sport no matter where they may be. Of course, in one of the countries competing in this tournament, that will not be an option for reasons fairly well known, which I'm not going to divulge for fear of turning this into a party political broadcast. No need for that. So, of course, tomorrow's game will be England versus New Zealand. That will be a very, very crucial game for England, which they will need to win in order to keep their chances of qualifying alive. They should, in theory, have enough in the tank to beat Sri Lanka, but they're against New Zealand. They will come up against a team which is in blinding form at the moment. Excuse me for a minute.
Yeah. Got Coke over Pepsi. Um, okay. The cricket ball, got some food. No, put something still. I'll block it. Oh, that's wait. Let me just check on YouTube. Yeah, that looks alright. Low, make it pop. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah. They are about to start Paul Sterling. Paul Sterling, of course, better. And then, of course, Ireland captain Andrew Barberni, one of the highly rated Ireland batsmen, with a strike rate of 126.
So it's basically the captain and vice captain of Ireland who are up there. Back at the gap at 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have liftoff. Who's opening the bowling? Hazelwood.
That's a good ball from Hazelwood, but they was named for uh, single. Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
like Rahul Lokesh, Paul Sterling wears the number 1 jersey. The first one to be batting. First, that makes sense, he wears the number 1 jersey. And of course, the umpires, Nitin Menon and Chris Gaffney.
Defended well there by Balbini.
So Ireland will probably be looking back and thinking all those extras they gave away, all those runs they gave away with the bat have really come back to haunt them. Never nice when you have a phone call in the middle of a broadcast, but it is what it is. So a single and 2 dot balls, not a very auspicious start for the Irish. They're going to need some luck very soon.
Yeah, definitely I need. They will have to need rhythm.
Mm.
And Hazelwood is pumping them in. Maybe not the fastest bowler, but definitely eats the same length every time or most times. So yeah.
Yeah, seam position was
Mhm.
quite good, very straight. Had that been a little bit lower and Balburney had
Mm.
missed, he would have been bowled. Clearly, they see no other
Balburney
option but to
with a
start
big
hitting out.
strike, and it's a six for Balburney. 7 runs from that over. You need about 9 runs and over. So yeah,
So effectively, a six and over will be enough for them. Easier said than done, but once again, that shot, 79 meters, six, that seems to be the most popular shot in this tournament, and the one that, of course, will guarantee 6 runs because of the lack of fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
yeah.
I'm sure Ireland will be telling the Irish supporters will be saying more of that, lads, more of that. Ireland, of course, are a good cricket team, and I think England, if they fail to qualify, will look back on that shock loss to Ireland and say, you know what? Given the way we approached it, we just weren't good enough to go further. New Zealand do look ominous, and worryingly, in some ways, Australia are getting into their stride. So if they can secure a big win in this game, that will obviously improve their net run rate. England do have a positive net run rate, but they will need results.
So it did hit the bells, but the bell, oh, bells did flicker on, but bells didn't come off.
Exceptionally fortunate. Maybe that could be the luck that the Irish need. Pat Cummins now, the Test captain.
That's not
You're
that
not
as
going to
well.
get an LBW that way, son. Calm down.
Then again, I'm a bowler myself. Every ball, if it hits a pad, most time I'll peel because I don't know, may okay. As a bowler, I usually every time it hits the head or anything, I just appeal. Maybe the ref or the amp, what's it called? Or big strike gives it. You never know. Big strike there from Paul Sterling, and that will race to the boundary for four.
So Sterling proving his worth there. Another hoik to leg, this time to square leg. And with no deep square leg fielder, that was always destined to go for four. And I get what you're saying. I mean, obviously, as a bowler, you probably feel excited about the ball wrapping the pad, but in some cases, bowlers will also
Wait,
know.
big strike high up in the air, and that's a six.
And now Sterling has come into the party. Pat Cummins does not look amused. The
And tournament
199th six of the tournament,
has
so the
now
next six will be
200
the 200.
sixes.
No, no,
This
the next
tournament.
the next one will be the 200, I think, 100th.
Mm.
But getting to the pitch of that perfectly, very strong fella is Paul Sterling, and he has proved his worth there. Oh, that is the
Yeah.
200th one. So we were there. So we were there when that happened. I mean, we were witness to that. Almost a baseball type swing. So it is quite fair to say that six would be a bit like a home run.
Yeah.
Balburney now in, and Cummins is certainly not amused.
Nope.
Uh, Excellent shot, but straight to the fielder.
Yeah.
And so they're going along nicely at the desired run rate, which is quite good. A few boundaries and over if they can keep their wickets and keep their nerve. You just never know. And a
Yeah.
few, if Balburney were to get another 12 runs, he'd get to 3,000 T20 runs.
And,
Dockrell needs
um,
2 sixes to get to 50 sixes. Zampa needs a wicket to get to 250 T20 wickets and missed out on Matthew Wade. But,
and bold.
ooh,
Albany is bold. Oh.
not
But
a very clever piece of cricket that from the captain.
yeah,
Needed him
that's
to help Sterling go a little bit further, but best start possible for Australia. I mean, obviously, they wouldn't have wanted to concede that many runs. And clearly,
awful batting.
yeah, he was trying to sort of move back away to the offside so that he could hit that, but he completely missed the line. You can say the ball was going straight down the Piccadilly, but his bat went along the Bakerloo. And sadly, Balburney has to say, toodaloo. 18 for
That's
1.
just awful batting. And now they won down for what, 18 runs. 18 for 1. So wait, 118, 180, that's 162, 2 of 108 balls.
So they've managed to take some good runs off that Cummins over and still are exactly at 9 and over. So 18 more overs like that and they could be well made. But now they're bringing on Glenn Maxwell for some part-time off spin in the hope that he can stymie the batsman in a way. So
Yeah.
Sterling might have to consider hitting down the ground. He's bowling round the wicket to Sterling, who plays that straight to the mid-off fielder.
So,
Completely
I don't
missing
know.
the line, and his leg stump took
I
a
don't know that
beating.
someone hit him with the bat over the head because. And Paul Sterling is out. Glenn Maxwell gets a wicket. And Paul Sterling.
An inspired
Goodbye.
captaincy change. So Steve Smith is on the field. I believe he might have replaced one of the batsmen who got injured. So
I
we
think
are
Aaron
seeing.
Finch. That might be. Might be. Yeah. Gone wickets. I think I will update the score once there's a wicket every time.
No, Finch is still on the field.
Uh, what's it? I don't know then. Then it's maybe Stoinis? Stoinis maybe?
Could very well be. Could very well be. But now, of course, with both openers back in the pavilion, having given them a good start in 2 overs, it'll now fall to Lorcan Tucker and Harry Tector to
Wow. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, they have lost wickets so early. There's very much in cricket than we thought. No, they're just showing now Harry Tector, the batter that just came in, got his. This is of course his debut, and that will
so
be
that
tucked away, not for four. They will turn, and they will get two, or maybe three.
just two. So Tector calming his nerves with that double. And obviously, that was a good captaincy decision by Aaron Finch because he wanted to, have Maxwell bowling around the wicket and trying to attack the offside. But that's a brilliant shot there from Harry Tector, who gets right through the line of Maxwell's delivery and smacks that back down the ground for 4. So a nice little mini recovery, 6 runs from those 2 balls. And it was Pat Cummins who took that catch, caught it quite cleanly. And Maxwell is delighted.
Yeah.
So Australia need wickets.
Ball
But
played and it's gone on another wicket. Now they're three down. They're just making a mockery
yeah, the
out
substitute fielder
out of
Steve
Ireland.
Smith there, sort of at forward short leg or short mid wicket, if you will. Yeah, that is more or less a forward short leg position. And the substitute fielder, the former Test captain Steve Smith, obliging. And Irish eyes are not smiling right now. 24 for 3 off 3 overs. 8 and over, but losing wickets quite regularly. And Maxwell has struck twice.
Yeah. Ireland now down three, and that was the over. So I will change the score. So it is 24 for 3 after 3 overs, and it's a madness. It's a madness.
Yeah, so Ireland are still now, for what it's worth, at 8 and
So
over, but losing wickets will not help them.
160 minus 4 is 5-6. And 5-6 of 102 balls. Yeah. Yeah.
So some smart bowling, smart captaincy, and the Irish are in trouble.
Stand
The
here.
Irish were never expected to do more than cause a shock or two in this tournament, and they have done with the defeat of Ireland. Mitchell Stark now, hoping for an LBW shout, but that probably got Tucker's bat. Or Finch has the option to go for a review. Will he take it?
Well, it was.
He decided not to.
Move back. No.
So good seam position there, and clearly pitching outside leg and going on to miss the wicket. So there was no real point appealing that. It was rather silly.
Australia.
So you can.
One flag, just with the flag. Okay, it just say. Yeah. Was Mitchell Stark first over first ball went for a leg back. Uh, but they're just showing the beautiful Brisbane. Now, as it stands, if Australia win, they go to 5 wins. Means I don't know what happens to the net run rate, but I think it will be a better net run rate than they currently have. A way better net run rate, maybe close to 0. Because it's now on -1, and it's bowled Mitchell Starr with a great ball. And yeah, no, the stream is going to begin in a few minutes, people. So make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and share the channel. Um, like follow me there on my socials. This is just comedy, you know.
I wouldn't call it comedy, but that is an excellent, excellent delivery, and you see the agony and the ecstasy of the bearded Irish supporter. You know, all he can do is just applaud. A golden duck there for Curtis Camphor. I mean, what can you do? You just can't play a delivery like that. Mitchell Stark is clearly at the top of his game. Straight, full on, and it's one of those, if you miss, I hit deliveries. Beautifully bowled at this stage of the innings.
No, but this is appalling. This is absolutely appalling. But Manny, do you know why the UK pushed the time back? move the clocks, basically.
I think it's got something to do with the end of daylight savings. I don't know. I don't know
Because
if
it's now.
I don't know if they've done it for America as of yet. I think they should have. I'll have to check that. But certainly, if the UK has done it, then America should have also followed suit. It's normally around about in November that the clocks get set back an hour, and it'll be
That's why. Is it because of like the winter or what?
yeah, because in the northern hemisphere, these countries, I think they tend to get some extra hours of sunshine, so they decide to set the clocks for an hour further to try and take advantage of that sun. In fact, there have been times in England when I was growing up when the sun wouldn't set until 8 o'clock in the evening. In stark contrast, in the winter, by the time it would be 5 o'clock, it would be pitch dark. And I don't know if that situation will, yeah, sort of an attempted Yorker there becomes a full toss, played well by
Uh,
the next incoming batsman, who is in fact George Dockrell, left arm spinner, but bats right handed. And you see that delivery. It was straight, it was full on, and it was fast. Camphor simply didn't have enough time to get down, and he had to depart, down and out, so to speak. So the biggest danger of chasing is not so much being behind the run rate, but keeping wickets intact. And if you can't keep wickets intact, if you lose wickets, then you put yourself under even more pressure.
yep. Fall of wickets, 2 on 18 and 2 on 24.
Mm. So you mentioned that you're a
Well,
bowler.
really,
Are
you
you?
have to take a good look at yourself because one of the main reasons aren't I in this position because that's
Yeah,
awful batting.
no, I mean, I wouldn't call it awful. That's harsh. He tried to make room for himself and play a
No.
shot.
And
And
it's gone, it's another wicket, 5 down, 5 down.
these Aussies are on fire. And at the end
On
of
the
four
level
overs,
money.
half of their batsmen are back in the pavilion, and all they can do is just wryly smile. I believe Ireland, on winning the toss, should have elected to bat first, but they were probably fearful of the Australia seamers, and that's why. Yeah, simply couldn't get his bat down in time. Pretty poor defensive technique, but full, fast, straight. Only one way it was going to go, and Stark has now joined the party.
Yeah, just make sure.
The stark difference in class between the two teams is apparent.
that's
Unintended.
that's a good one. That's a good one. 25 minus 80 is yeah. Just
And
and
now,
now
of
he will.
course, with wickets falling, they're going to have to try and protect the run rate. But I definitely do not see them lasting the full 20 overs now.
My clock went back yesterday. I had more sleep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I noticed that because
Mm.
what the games now. So the UK and my time is now. It's 1 hour difference. It's now 2 hour difference. I noticed
Yeah.
that.
And of course, you being in the southern hemisphere, I'm not too sure how these differences will affect you personally. I don't think you. It seems that you don't get affected by the issue of daylight savings.
No,
And of course, because you're in the southern hemisphere, the Sanzar region, as they call it, your summer is winter in the northern hemisphere and vice versa.
yep,
Which is why whenever you play cricket, Boxing Day tests are a definite staple,
yeah. Yeah.
an important
Last time
part
I
of
went to
sporting
boxing,
tradition.
I went to England versus South Africa boxing. I still got a
Mm.
badge. I should actually get that. Like,
Right. So, which is the cricket ground closer to you? Would that be Cape Town?
no, no, quite. Cape Town is the furthest one. So the closest one is uh, um,
A little respite there with Lorcan Tucker, the wicketkeeper, smacking that ball all the way to the long on boundary for 4. Because you're in the
Mm.
Eastern Cape, I'm just wondering,
No,
may
no, no, not Eastern Cape, Western Cape. No, no, Northern Cape, Northern Cape,
Northern Cape, yeah.
which is on the western side. Uh,
And an attempted hoik, but completely missing the ball, missing the line, and you can see the frustration there on the bowler's face because he obviously wants a wicket too. Pat Cummins. And that is played all the way to the square leg, and they should get 2 quite comfortably. Right, so
so the
again,
closest stadium I think is the main AU Stadium. I don't know. I don't, it's a stadium which is in Bloemfontein,
it's
I believe.
Bloemfontein. So I
Yeah,
suppose that would be
in South,
where, or I
in the
suppose
Free
that,
State.
yeah. So that would be where Free State will play first class cricket, and
Yeah.
that's been signalled a wide, so that should add a welcome run to the total.
Come on, Australia, just bowl them out quickly, please. Let's not waste our time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But the yeah, that's the closest one.
yeah. Well, they were hoping that Tucker had
Uh,
edged that, but sadly for them, he didn't. And an attempt to play that to the leg side, no dice. So Cummins obviously wants another wicket. Not quite happy that Maxwell and Stark have stolen his thunder, but clearly Australia now in the driving seat and Ireland praying for a miracle. In all honesty, as I said, Ireland were never expected to do anything more than maybe uh, cause a shock or two.
mm. So the closest stadium to me is 300, 300, 300, no, 439 kilometers.
Right.
Oh,
Goes.
shot. Oh,
That's
that
not
was
going to go.
down.
It's not going to go.
44.
It's not going to go to the boundary. I think they should be able
No,
to run 2 or maybe 3.
yeah. Uh, Southland says, just give up Ireland. You're not going to win anyway. Yeah, facts. Facts. Um,
Well, I mean, they're certainly trying to make a fist of it. You got to give them the credit for that. They
and
need
yeah,
to.
money, Coke or Pepsi? Which one? There's
Coke.
only one right answer.
Coke.
He knows his stuff.
Of course, there's a lot of controversy surrounding Coke and Pepsi about how, effectively, if you drink that stuff, you're being fed straight poison. But
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen
coffee.
all. I don't know if
Coffee
you.
is like poison.
I don't know if you've seen all of these viral videos about people spraying their crops with Coca-Cola as a form of pesticide.
Right. Okay, wait.
Stark back
Wait,
into the
wait
attack.
for me. Jeez,
A
I was
double wicket
doing that.
maiden, but his figures have been spoiled by Lorcan Tucker playing that to the long on boundary. Actually, that's the
So
deep mid
wait,
wicket
they
boundary.
got 10 overs. They got 10 runs previous over, right?
Yeah.
They 90. That's 90 balls.
And we
That's
see some
situation.
we see some
Uh,
what
just
looks
woke
like
up.
some Queensland police playing a band and trumpets there. I mean,
Uh,
they can afford to blow their trumpets now, but things will get tense. And another
another
excellent
ball.
shot. Yeah,
Ooh,
another
Tucker.
excellent shot
Tucker
that from
fighting
Lorcan
the.
Tucker.
It's fighting a losing battle. Um,
Yeah.
well, I just woke up. I had a horrible nightmare that Ireland was 5 wickets down after 4 overs. Phew. Nah, they were. Um, just, they were. It's fun. It's just so fun. Oh, uh, hey, we need double in
So
the chat. What's going on?
yeah, so Stark did have a double wicket maiden, but his figures have been spoiled by those two boundaries somewhat.
Uh,
And clearly, he doesn't look
out.
amused. He's coming in faster and fuller, trying to do whatever he can. And
Yep, everyone who's in the chat.
so they're talking about the degrees of swing that were there in his fourth over when he had those two wickets. Swinging as much as 2.5 degrees and averaging about maybe 1.6 in terms of the degrees of swing. So Stark is swinging it tonight. And Lorcan and Tucker being brave to try and, you know, back away. And the umpires have
Last
signaled that a no
question.
ball.
Final.
So
Go for
will
free.
that be a free hit? It could very well be. I'm not too sure.
Did they signal no ball?
Yeah, they did signal a no ball. But actually, I think,
Wow,
as has
no,
been.
that's not a no ball. That should not be given as no ball.
Well,
Guy
the.
is almost, his knees are almost touching the ground.
Yeah, but I suppose for that type of a no ball, there will be no free hit. So
No,
Stark
it
continues.
wasn't signal a no ball. Good, good, good umpiring. 44 or 5.
Yeah.
Going along, actually. Oh, they have a better. Uh, they have they have more runs than Australia had in the power play.
Yep.
So I think that's a positive.
But I mean, that's only one positive because half of their side is out. And it could very nearly have been their sixth one down, but they end up running for a bye. And
No,
that takes them to
what to
45
do?
for 5.
Oh,
One
not
ball
on.
left in the over. What do they do? 7.71. Somewhat healthy rate, and it hasn't really increased the run rate too much. It's at 9.53, the required rate, but wickets are a problem. Beautifully
Yes.
played that by Delaney, and that goes all the way to the third man boundary for 4. So after 6 overs, Ireland are 49 for 5, a run rate of just above 8 and over, but with half of their side down,
You
I
never
really
know,
cannot see
maybe.
I really cannot
Maybe.
see them, coming back into it.
Maybe. Maybe. Just imagine if they do it. Just imagine they come close.
Well, of course, as an England fan, I remember only too well 2011. We had Ireland 5 wickets down, but then Kevin O'Brien completely flipped the script on its head and escorted
Uh,
them home with
at
a magnificent century. So that was a shameful
49.
result for us. And Kevin Peterson was opening the batting in that World Cup, and he actually, prior to that tournament, which was affected by his injury, he actually
Well
really
done.
did well as an opener. I remember he scored a couple of centuries in
Super,
the
super
UAE while
match.
opening the batting.
Uh, so fielding restrictions from the 17th over
Yeah.
till wait. Yeah,
And that brings up the 50. So Maxwell's back into the attack. Off break from around the wicket, trying to
for
cramp the
seven
batsman.
for the final, the last overs remaining, they are not allowed to be more than 5 fielders allowed outside of the circle. Supermax champion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shouldn't this should be its first? It shouldn't have all titles, but no. You should
And the
try playing
batsmen are
two
content to
titles
play
sometimes.
Maxwell for singles. Delaney
Yeah,
and
you
Tucker
can.
displaying some sensibility there, so
But the,
it shouldn't have had to come down to this. Um, the wicket keeper,
Alzheimer's
of
is
course.
gone. Shirley is gone. No.
Nope. No.
Ooh, I think I think that's out. I think they should review that. If I was the captain, I would have said, stick there. Let's
Sometimes, as a captain, you've also got to be sensible enough to know when to review and when not to review.
yeah, but they're five down. It won't hurt anyone. Well,
Could have
if they
stolen
were,
could have stolen a second there, but I think on that occasion their running between the wickets wasn't the best. But
Ireland needs Conor McGregor. Yeah, Conor, come on, Conor. My name is Conor McGregor. Yeah, I like Australia, mate. Australia, mate. The kangaroos, they hop, hop. That's me trying to be.
and that's beautifully
Oh,
played. That should go to the
oh,
boundary, and it does. So it
come
looks as
on,
though
Ireland,
Gareth.
come back.
It looks as though Gareth.
Ireland, Ireland,
It looks as though Gareth
Ireland.
Delaney has taken it upon himself to provide some aggression as well, and also support Lorcan Tucker, his wicketkeeper. 9 runs off 3 balls, very useful little innings from him so far, and 8 runs from that Maxwell over. So I think a rather sensible approach being shown so far. 7 overs,
Jimmy
57 for 5.
Mansfield has sadly passed away.
Who's passed away?
So Jimmy Mansfield,
Jimmy Mansfield.
Jimmy, not Jimmy, Jimmy.
Jeremy,
Like,
right?
yeah, Jimmy Mansfield.
Oh, South
Yeah,
African radio personality.
no, no, don't know. He's maybe he is. No, don't think so.
Yep, it is. Jeremy Mansfield, radio veteran. The
Don't know if he's
highlights.
a, yeah, he is South African.
Yep. Suffered from cancer, stage 4 liver cancer. Condolences to his family. I
And
hope they will.
Aaron thinks he's coming off. Yeah, he's struggling with that fight. He has now a fight problem. Two, he's come off.
So I wonder who
And
will take the responsibility of marshalling Australia's bowlers from here on in. Could it be Pat Cummins, the Test captain? Could it be Steve Smith? Not Steve Smith. He is, of course, a substitute fielder.
maybe Mitchell Marsh. Um, I'll, yeah, oh wait, it's a new overweight. I've got to change it. Sorry, thank you, Ollie. Who's in the chat? Pick up yourself. Oh, I've got to change that. 57 for 5 of the
Make that. Yeah, now it's 59 for 5.
Like they got. I need to check how many. Once.
That's a second single. Denied a double by some brilliant fielding. Oh, and even Maxwell has gotten hurt now. Not nice when you take a blow to your finger like that. Hurts like bilio. Right, so Hanno is gone, and I will take over commentary for now. Third ball of Hazelwood's over. And that is hoiked in the air. There could be a fielder coming under it. No. Safely nestles all the way in front of the fine leg fielder. Was never really going to carry, I guess. So Tucker's safe now on 20 off 17, and Delaney has 12 off 6 at a strike rate of 200. These two will probably hold key. And I think their target will probably now be to try to get Ireland to 100 or 120 and make sure that the margin of defeat is not a very big one. Of course, miracles can happen, but you can't keep praying for miracles every single time. And as I say that, Hazelwood bowls a dot ball. A reminder of the upcoming games in Group 1. Tomorrow will be a double header, Afghanistan versus Sri Lanka and England versus New Zealand. Those two games as well coming from the Gabba. Two more games from Adelaide, and the final fixture in Group 1 will, of course, be England versus Sri Lanka from the Sydney Cricket Ground, which could very well be England's farewell to the tournament. Now, it looks as though Glenn Maxwell is captaining the side in Finch's absence. So the run rate has remained at about 7 or 8. It's now close to 8, 7.96 to be exact. And one gets the feeling that if Ireland keep ticking away, we could be set for an exciting finish. But I really cannot see Ireland winning from here with half of their side down. Of course, miracles can happen. And that shot is well played by Lorcan Tucker all the way to fine leg, but they get a single off that. A double will, of course, come in handy. It'll take them to 64 for 5 off 8, bring it up to 8 and over. And so I think the Irish batsmen will look back on this and say, if they'd kept their wickets intact, could be a different story. But of course, with Mitchell Starc bowling as magnificently as he did in that first over, the double wicket maiden, you know, castling both Camphor and Dockrell, it was almost like Wasim Akram against England in 1992 all over again. 62 for 5 off 8 overs. And I'll make sure that I just edit that. So again, Ireland are, of course, still going on. Still carrying on ticking. And it has, of course, come all the way down to 118 off 72. And there's now going to be some leg spin. Adam Zampa coming into the attack. I remember he bowled against New Zealand, wasn't too impressed with him, but he obviously has been brought back for this game. I would have liked to have seen possibly Steve Smith be picked to increase the length of the batting order and also provide some part-time leg spin himself, but let's see what Zampa can do. That is played back down to the long off fielder for 1. And that brings Gareth Delaney on strike. Second ball. Also played to the offside. That will go all the way to the point area for another single. And so singles could very well be how they deal with it. So going straight on, really, not that much in terms of deviation from Zampa. And the batsman able to pick the straight ball very well and play along the line very nicely. And an appeal for an LBW shout, pitched outside off, probably would have gone on to miss. So a dot ball there. Nicely coming out of the hand. That was another straight one. And that's also played quite well to the onside, long on to be specific, where Steve Smith will clean that up. coming down the track, not quite being able to get to the pitch of that, but that is played for a single. So 3 runs off the over so far. Singles and dot balls are currency. And does that find the fielder? Yes, it does, but it takes a bounce before coming to him. So Ireland will get another single. And, well, you're back. So didn't miss very much. Adam Zamp has been brought into the attack. Leg spinner who'll bowl his final ball off the over. And that's 5 singles from the over. Will they get a double? No, they won't. That is almost suicidal. But fortunately, they survive. 1 run, 5 runs from the over, 67 for 5. And that was just utter kamikaze cricket there from Ireland, who were lucky to get away with that.
Five
Because
runs from that
one
over.
more wicket would have been that would have been it.
Jeez, the man ran halfway across the pitch. Not even more than halfway. So what? That's 5 runs from that over. So 118 minus 5 is 113. 22 is what? 22 minus 5, that's 2 is 67, I believe. Yeah, 2 and then 3, yeah. What's the chat saying? Look, yeah. Will said it will come out of whiskey bottle instead of cricket bat. That's on Conor Gregor. Yeah. Be up Ollie what is in the chat, or I don't know if he is. Um, yeah, Wolf says hi, be up guy. So gender guy. Or no, sorry, side, not gender. Uh, um, no, it's, yeah. Manny, are you working tomorrow or not?
Um, Certainly not very early. So the best part is Tuesdays and Thursdays I might be working a little bit later in the evening. So I will in fact be free to do that watch along for England New Zealand, which could very well be England's farewell to the tournament.
Yeah. Come on, the Black Caps. Black Caps. Black Caps. Black Caps. Black Caps. Yeah. I'll be in the chat, popping out and popping into the chat. High up in the sky. It's Ireland. It's Glenn Maxwell who takes it. And
And
Delaney has to go. Well fought battle. But now Stoinis picks up a wicket.
yeah, so if they can possibly get to 100, at least salvage a bit of pride after a pretty poor bowling and fielding performance, and that would be good for them. Ireland's decision to bowl first has not been vindicated. And Stoinis has come into the team, obviously, um, come into the attack, obviously, in an attempt to break that partnership, and it worked. 14 for 10 from Delaney. And Ireland are staring down the barrel. And it's Mark Adair who's come in now, so we're almost into the tail. Not quite yet.
I'm just changing the scores. So when these wickets, I will just update the whole scoreboard. Um, Ireland just needs 18 sixes. That's all. Just swing the bat 18 times. But yeah, to swing it 18 times, I need to hit the ball over the fence. It's not that easy, but yeah, I get your point. Get your point. Just 18 sixes, not that hard. Come on. Official South African cricket sponsor, cricket team sponsor is KFC. Be it KFC. I'm just going to chill and hopefully the money. Of course, you would think New Zealand are going to win, but do you think, of course, England left out Jason Roy in the team? Do you think it was maybe a mistake?
Probably not, because I mean they had enough in terms of the batsmen. Obviously, Joss Butler, Dawid Malan, Moeen Ali, and a few others to, make up for that. And Roy probably wasn't in the best of form. And we had thought that losing Reece Topley, the left arm seamer, would have been a loss, but Sam Curran has stepped up magnificently, and the bowling hasn't been the problem. It's the batting, I think, that has let England down very badly. Obviously, they wanted to take a sedate approach in their chase against Afghanistan, ended up losing a few wickets as a result. And who knows what would have happened if it hadn't have been for Liam Livingstone's brief little cameo of 29 runs. And against Ireland as well, they were too lackadaisical, they were complacent, and they paid the price. And the washout didn't help them either. They probably would have fancied, in some respects, getting back into form against Australia. Now, of course, they're up a gum tree when it comes to facing a New Zealand team that looks accomplished and is firing on all cylinders. So they're going to have some hard questions to ask, and I think this will be could very well be a watershed moment for England in T20 cricket. And looking back at
Yeah,
some magic moments,
Bangladesh
Australia
is
against
a big problem.
Bangladesh, and a hat trick for Brett Lee. This wasn't too long, was quite some time ago when Lee was in his pump. So that was in 2007, Bangladesh being ripped out for 123 for 8, not quite ripped out, but Australia going hammer and tongs, Matthew Hayden 73 not out. And of course, that hat trick from Brett Lee, a 9 wicket win.
Right
And that
after
is
the
high in the air.
start,
Wade is running under it, but he's not going to
and
get that.
before in between two fielders, and they 1 for 3. Yeah,
Just two.
for free. Scenes when Bangladesh beating, and yeah, that would be scenes. But I will definitely be rooting for Bangladesh.
If Bangladesh beats India, if that happens,
Well,
because
when
they
that
haven't.
happens,
That's another side, Wolf, which hasn't really been firing well either.
when that happens, Molly, not if, when. That's right. When.
Both of you guys are balmy, seriously. And that's played to the
Yeah,
square leg
we
region.
want
They
Bangladesh
should
to
be able
win.
to get, because of that misfield, they will run two fairly easily. And
Oh,
5 off the over so far. Ireland is 72 for 6, 9.4
oh
overs.
wait, they on that uh when on that run I said they got 3 runs. They only got 2. Sorry about that. What are you looking at, man?
Nothing, nothing, nothing. Just making sure that I'm watching the camera and trying to back away to the leg side and hoik that over, but completely missing that. So Mark Adair has a lot for us to answer. Went for 50 off his 4 overs, bowled extremely short and wide, and was hit around the ground. Also didn't get his lines right, so maybe a few runs from him wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, definitely not.
And that, of course, was Glenn Maxwell's second wicket, and he's taken one catch as well. So he is clearly inspired. But that is smack back down the ground, although that won't go to the boundary. That will be a single to end at 6 from that over. Ireland are 73 for 6. And there's that bearded fan over there who's dyed his hair in the colours of the Irish flag, still choosing to see the bright side of things. Good for him.
Ah, so disappointed. Why? Why are you punishing a beard like that? Putting on awful colors.
73 for 6 after 10. So that's the midway point. And it'll be interesting to see what type of strategy they will try to use.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, mine is changing that. Just for I should change it. Got to change
Of course, it is
it. I know.
Halloween, so a lot of people are in different costumes today. And
And oh, Zampa, he could have gotten. And now they, uh, either he needs to get like a 50 or something. So what is he doing? It's again Ada or whatever. Q, whatever you call them. Kane, what is he doing?
Yeah, that was pretty
Terrible with the
poor from
ball,
Zampa.
terrible running between the wickets. Not
Yeah,
quite able now.
the running was poor, but also Zampa wasn't really able to get that, and that could prove
And four
costly.
runs.
So Adair gets into the act with a boundary. Maybe a
There.
few more if that could make up for the 50 runs he conceded in his 4 overs. And that is the third man region. And the required run rate is now well over 10. It will be very good to see. I'll get back into this. We have the and Barry McCarthy, and uh, I'm sure they could hold the long handle, but they cannot really be expected to pull these chestnuts out of the fire. Last ball of the over. And a dot ball to end it. So 78 for 6 off 11 overs.
Yeah, sorry, my connection just went. And
Yep, that's all right.
just as
102,
Wolf, they will have
102
party
off. Yeah,
uh, outside if they beat them. I think that's on about Wolves' comment. When, when Bangladesh beat India, he also said Bangladesh bowlers are insane low. Yeah. Well, right. Wolves is low. Do that just fun. So just fans comments and keep hitting that like button, people. Yeah, keep hitting it, keep smashing it, keep sharing the channel. I know, and yeah, we going places, people.
yeah.
And yeah, so tomorrow, or maybe tonight even, but there will be both a Champions League and a Championship, not stream, but videos out. I will put it as a premiere, so it is kind of like a stream. So yeah.
And of course, Mitchell Stark back into the attack. And he is played brilliantly by Lorcan Tucker all the way to the deep mid-wicket boundary for a boundary. So Stark obviously brought back into the attack in the hope that he can prize them out, but that was short. Sat up quite beautifully for Lorcan Tucker, who said, "Thank you very much, mate," and played that all the way to the mid-wicket boundary. I need to stop before I get. This is ridiculous. I love Irish people, and if any Irish people are watching the stream, please forgive me, yeah?
uh,
And that
and
is
don't
also
forget
expertly
about
played to the long off boundary for another welcome 4 runs. So a slight mini recovery over here. Maybe the decision to bring back Mitchell Stark is not bringing much dividends. Okay, enough's enough. Sorry, Thangadurai.
nah,
Enough's enough.
it's actually good. It's actually good. That's okay. Just
I've been
so
going
funny.
on. I've been going on Del Boy Gunner streams for far too long. But much love to you, Del. You know I love you. And of course, a huge shout out to the old school Gunner and Kyle Walsh Gunner too. Two other Irish Arsenal fans. And Tucker backing away, hoping to try and guide that to the offside, but no dice there. So still some anxious faces, and the target has now gone to 93, so it's less than the 100. And of course, a reminder of tomorrow's games: Afghanistan against Sri Lanka from the Gabba, and 6 p.m. local
Um,
time will be England against New Zealand, 8 a.m. GMT. So that is going to be an absolute cracker, and I'm looking forward to commentating on that.
mm, oh, beautiful
Slashed
shot
away,
play. And
and
that
does
will
that go to the bound?
be
No, it
no
doesn't.
no boundary. Well,
But
our communicated today in the field
yeah,
by what? Ashton
Ashton.
Agar
Yeah,
and Steve Smith, I think.
no, that was Agar who fielded that at first. I could see him running.
Who picked up? No, Agar picked up the
Oh yeah, it
ball.
was Agar who picked him through that. Obviously, I recognise that left hand anywhere.
Oh,
It was
Zampa.
Zampa
Sorry,
who did that. Yeah. So 89 for six,
Agar
Ireland.
and what? What's it? That other no, what's the other guy's name?
Zampa.
No, Agar looks like the old Australian coach. The former, the one that what us coach.
And
Rick
that is
Swan.
skied high. That won't go all the way.
Right,
And there's a
but it
fielder
will
under
be
it, and
dropped.
it's dropped.
Oh,
Well, not what you would expect
really
to
tough
see
catch.
from
That's a
Pat
tough
Cummins there.
catch. But that's a tough catch, to be honest. You
And
can't
so
blame it.
11 runs from 12 runs from that over. Ireland are now 90 for
I'll,
six.
I'll change that one.
No, that's all right. I got
Right?
it. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, all yours.
96, 12 runs. How many do they need? What? They need now
And
90.
you can
They need
see the
90.
disappointment on Stark's face after that double wicket maiden. He hasn't found that much in terms of joy. 12 runs from
But
that over,
um,
but
how many balls is
he
left?
has bowled well. Obviously, now with the ball being a little bit old, he hasn't been able to find the swing he wanted. But clearly, Aaron Finch's captaincy is being missed here because Ireland are being allowed to pick runs. With 90 to get off 8, you could say that their recovery is too little too late. But you never know, mate. Stranger things have happened, as you would say.
Fear the Irish not in cricket though. Ah, oh, that's fun. That's fun. But in what do you fear the Irish? Because they're not good in football. Oh, that was so close to Cummins' face, you know. That was
So there's another personality on the radio called Darren Simpson. Why is he called Whackhead?
and stumping. Another wicket goes.
And
Ada,
this, oh dear. So
Ada, Ada.
after being expensive with the ball, he wanders all the way out, hoping to get to the measure of Adam Zampa, and ends up being stumped. A rather tame dismissal, that really. And once he was out, he knew that he wasn't going to get back in time. So important wicket that, which leaves Ireland at 91 for 7. Stumped by Wade. A boundary in his innings of 11 off 11, but not really enough. Needed more than that.
Come
So
on.
again, if Ireland can just
And
get to 100 or maybe 110 or 120, at least they'll have a little bit of respectability. They're going to look back and say that their bowling was completely errant and their batting should have been a lot better in the top half. Balbirnie, Sterling, and company getting out to some very forgettable dismissals.
yeah.
And now
And
we're into
people
the tail.
make sure to tune in tomorrow to listening to Moni's incredible commentary, Marie, um, of the England vs New Zealand game. Straight after this stream, I will schedule that stream in, and yeah, um, imagine cricket that manages substitutions, red cards, yellow cards. It has coaches, which is about the same thing as a manager. It also has subs, a few of the sub. The sub fielder just can't bat. That's a bowl, right? Can the sub bowl?
No, no.
No. The sub So yeah, the sub can't bowl and bat, but it can field. And
Yeah, and that
brilliantly
is hit
played
down
down
the
the
ground.
ground, but the fielder will uh, save that. And WWE styles entrances for batters. That would actually be amazing, to be honest.
Well, I do believe that in the franchise T20 cricket leagues, they sometimes have, these entrances for batsmen, and certainly music is played when they come in to bat and also when they get out. Um, for a time, cricket in the Indian Premier League had cheerleaders. Thankfully, that trend was discontinued because with sports so good, you don't need cheerleaders, in my opinion.
Hmm, why not? It will bring more viewers. Yes.
Not really. I mean, they
Yeah.
also I mean, certainly with the Indian Premier League, they tried the concept of bringing in lady cheerleaders, sort of NFL style cheerleaders who had those specific outfits and their routines. And in some cases, it was very well received. In other cases, it wasn't too well received. And those cheerleaders, in some cases, felt as though they weren't really being respected. So I think, thankfully, they decided to, ban that trend. And yeah, to be honest, I mean, cricket, the way it is in India, obviously, doesn't really need cheerleaders. Even if it's a sport like
Did you
football as
change
well,
this?
back in the UK, it doesn't need that. And especially for cricket being, the national summer game and steeped in tradition, the idea of having cheerleaders would be almost sacrilegious.
Yeah. Uh, but
So
now,
Cummins back of the attack.
so
Pa-
it was 40. Wait.
Huge swing and a miss by Lorcan Tucker, who's played well for his 40 off 34. And of course, coming up tomorrow, England's bowlers are going to try and do as well as they can against New Zealand. Joss Butler against Kane Williamson. That, of course, is a match which will be streamed here on the Coach's Corner, as
Uh,
Hanno has mentioned.
78 minus 120. 42. 42. That then
And that
minus.
is, of course, hit high, but there's no distance. But that will drop in
If we
front of the
do
fine leg
what?
fielder, Glenn
85.
Maxwell.
We need 85. Then they. On, yeah, 85. That's the equation. We need. We have cricket roar. Don't know I'm here, but you are good guys. From I am from India. So. Be up yourself, cricket roar. Roar. Be up yourself. Welcome to the channel. Uh, you know about India? Yeah, I know about India. I know. In fact, I know a very specific thing about India is that we beat you yesterday. Yeah, yeah, and we beat you. Exceptional display.
Nice little cheap shot there. Nice way to
Uh,
welcome him,
that's it.
but
We need cheerleaders. We need dancing. What will the way will be without dancing? Ruin Monday Night Raw tonight. Um, can India qualify for the finals? Definitely, they can. I think they will qualify second place behind my team, South Africa. Come on. Go South Africa. What's an important one? It's Tobago. Be up Tobago. Be yourself. Of Cricket Raw. If you want to jump on, you can. I'll just send you the link. Then you can jump on.
so two singles off the over so far, and that should be a third. The field placing has been more or less spot on. No room for any boundaries as such. So Finn Hand will now look to play a supporting role to help Lorcan Tucker get to a well-deserved 50.
Yeah. Welcome to the channel. Now, Bangladesh just after will qualify. Says, well, yeah. Justin says, welcome to the channel. Cricket Raw. Yeah. Tobago says, how are you?
Mm.
I'm good, Tobago. How are you? How are you?
Three singles so far off the over. And that is, of course, the one legal delivery over the shoulder allowed. Dot ball. So Cummins does have one over left after this, as does Mitchell Stark. Josh Hazelwood has two, been quite economical. And again, the rotation of bowlers has been spot on today so far. Nicely played by Finn Hand. Will that go to the boundary? Yes, it does. And so that brings up the 100 for Ireland. They are now at 102 for
102.
7 of 14.
Okay, let's quickly change that. Moving on nicely, you never know. Maybe there's always a chance. You never know. But you
Water
see,
sting in the tail, according to you.
85. So what? 102. So that's 28.
78
No,
to win from 36. It's now up to more than 12 and over, so two sixes and over effectively. And of course, even two sixes and over won't be enough. They will
Ireland needs
need,
15 sixes. Sixes.
no, 13
Yeah.
sixes. 13. Tucker's now on strike to Adam Zampa, who will bowl his full
And
quota of
it's set
four.
straight down the ground. It won't be four because Glenn Maxwell is there. They will uh, stop and say through ones. Uh, yeah, they just need to swing. Um, in this match, Mitchell Stark has got, and you if you had him in your fantasy, 84 points, and that's another wicket. And tries, I don't know what he tried. Uh, it wasn't really smart because what he tried, he just needed to stand still, but he wanted to sweep and left his wickets open. I don't know why. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
And that
oh,
was the wrong
what's
one,
he
which
doing
sort of
that?
went
Why
into
are
the
they
batsman.
doing that?
It was
In
wrong
Bernie
one,
did that.
which sort of spun back into the batsman. And obviously, Hand was trying to sweep, thinking that it would still be the normal straight ball or leg spinner, but it just spun past him. And of course, his wicket was exposed. And this is one of the reasons why you cannot really trust the tail enders
They
to bat and save the game.
got a Australia.
But
We
here
got
comes
a
Barry
Australia.
McCarthy.
Someone needs to stop. Got a Australia. Yeah, problem. Someone needs to stop. That is not a problem.
So it's
They will
Barry
call
McCarthy who's coming in at number 10. And
Barry,
we're going to
Barry McCarthy, Barry McCarthy. Do, do, do.
He's certainly
Do,
no
do,
Barry
do,
Richards
do.
with the bat, but we're going to see his record and see how well he can do.
See?
So he has a top score of 32 and two scores in the 30s. Average isn't really the best, decent strike rate of 123. So maybe he can do a job. We'll see what happens.
Do, 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 do,
And
do.
just playing himself in. I think Ireland by now know that the game is more or less up. So I think Zampa probably saw that Finn Hand was trying to uh, back away down off and try and hike that to the legs, so he slipped the wrong one in. Good bowling there from the leg spinner. Or the
Looking
googly
for
bowler, rather.
single.
And you can see the view of the ball hitting the wicket and the stumps completely flying. No doubts there.
No, it's it, and it will go straight to the fielder, and they will get a single.
Yeah, there is a good Irish diaspora in Australia, more than a few, of course, living in the Gold Coast. I'm sure they will have come to see their team try and put up a bit of a fight. Disappointing, but the way the Irish are, they find solace in a lot of things. Some of the best fans in the world, really, in whatever sport it may be. except perhaps for rugby union, because I'm sure that Ireland South Africa clashes will be very heated indeed. And that is the end of Adam Zampa's spell. Two
And
wickets for 19 runs off four
end of
overs,
his
quite
night.
economical.
He's bowled for overs 106, 6 for 8. So I will just change that.
So 5 overs left, 84 runs. It really is a hopeless cause at this point, and those two ducks from Camphor and Dockrell did not help matters. That double wicket maiden really broke their
Yeah.
back.
Now
It was always going to be a tough ask.
they need
Lorcan
one.
Tucker's still fighting a lone battle with 44. I'm
Just
sure
give up.
they will be eager to see him get to his 50.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right.
And
Went going
that is strongly
crazy.
played by Barry McCarthy, who runs for that single.
Please.
And
They weren't going
McCarthy,
crazy before.
yeah, McCarthy needs to be careful because obviously, in pulling off that brilliant display of fielding, he did slightly hurt himself. So, well grounded, safe as a house, and the resulting fall from that momentum is it took a bit of a licking, but he's ticking.
Ah, well, New Zealand cricket clear.
Josh Hazlewood now coming back for his final
And
two overs,
now South African cricket clear.
and that is, of course, a delivery over the shoulder, legal one.
Look at Bob Bryan. Wrist
Just
and say
replaying
what?
all the wickets now, really. Cummins with the initial breakthrough, then Maxwell's two, and then Stark providing memories of Wazzy Makram in his peak. Full, straight, only one
Big.
direction. And
That's
that has been
big.
beautifully hit, and
Bang
that
it.
should go over the ground, over
Six
the
and
boundary.
another six.
And that brings up Lorcan Tucker's 50. Very
Well played.
admirable
Well played.
lone hand with wickets falling around him. He seems prepared to go down with the ship. Muted applause from his Irish teammates. They know he's done as well as he possibly can. Well played, young man. 98 meters. That was big. No greater sight than hitting a fast bowler back down the ground for 6. Although that isn't too bad a sight either, slashing him over third man for 4. So
Cricket
they've
roll.
decided to go down swinging, have the Irish.
Oh, I might get cricket roll. Roll. I will ask him. Let's see. He has a short channel. I'll see if he has. Wait. Description. No. I see. Doesn't
Hazelwood
have.
coming up for his 5th ball. And that was played onto his pads by Tucker, who has a single. So if McCarthy can keep his end up and block that one, Tucker will have strike for the next over. And once again, replaying all the wickets. Marcus Stoinis getting into the act. Adam Zampa with the stumping of Mark Adair. And completely bowling
And my serious
thin hand all ends up.
one second, people.
12 runs off 5 balls so far. So it looks as though Ireland will get to 120.
Does anyone know cricket roll? I want to know.
And
Please.
well within the line, so that will be the end of that. 12 runs off that over. 118 for 8 off 16 with 4 overs to go.
No, no. That doesn't seem like he's on. So let's check Insta. Cricket roll. Um, mm,
So 62 off 24 balls at nearly 3 runs a ball. it is really a lost cause at this point, but that doesn't mean that Lorcan Tucker can't enjoy himself.
Let me have a look. Profile. I think this may be him. Maybe. I think I have maybe found him. Don't know. But we will see. We'll see.
Mitchell Stark,
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful
yeah,
shot.
coming back for his final over and sort of expertly played over the wicket keeper for four. And that is probably the shot that a lot of the Irish batsmen were trying to play, but one which Lorcan Tucker got right. Sort of allowing the ball to come onto his bat and away and sweeping it over the wicket keeper. He was never going to get that. Neither were any of the fielders behind him. 4 runs. And that takes Tucker to 59. And that is the 570th four boundary of the tournament. So after that double wicket maiden, uh, Stark ended up conceding 29 off 2 overs. So
Yeah.
he's going to want another wicket to sort of set the record straight.
But
And
ball
that is
is
hit
that was
high, but
it
is it long enough?
four.
Yep. One bounce over the rope for four, too long off. So Tucker is now on to 63. And yeah, so
Come on. Is there a comeback? Is there a comeback possibly? Hopefully. Please, please. Yeah, fair, okay. So yeah, people, money needs to quickly go. So I will let him start the socials. Money, where can people find you? And
yeah,
yeah,
people can find me on Twitter at Thungatharai1981. People will you can also find me on Instagram at MannyThungatharai1981. And also you can find me on the Coach's Corner. You will see me again tomorrow as I take charge of commentary for the England New Zealand game, which will almost likely be England's farewell to the 2020 World Cup, and on several other channels on YouTube. Once again, big up to Hanno Trollope for this, and he will take you through to the end of proceedings as Australia complete a comprehensive win. So thanks for joining in. Thanks to Hanno for inviting me on. Peace to all. Have yourselves a good day, and I'm out.
here's money. Good, good day for you, and hopefully, look, isn't too stressful today for you. And yeah, England will have won. So yeah, oops, there goes the ball. That's it. Like Manny said, people, it will be on tomorrow. I will change that. Oh, it's changed to 60 minutes. Yeah, bye, Manny. Yeah, people, can Ireland do that? They can hit a few more sixes, get fours. They can do it. You never know. Mm. So, yeah. And ball played over the field, and it will be a welcome boundary for the Irish. And now it might be on. You never know. Maybe they can. It's always a chance. Maybe. Mm. It's a wide there by Mitchell Stark. Huh? Yeah, that's why. Try to play it, but just missed it. Now, uh, do you have? Yeah, I don't think Wolf has one, but yeah. Good question. Yes. But I don't think he has. Let me check. Oh, I think yes. Yeah. Um, and the Irish fans are loving it. 44 needed of 18 balls. Hopefully, there's a comeback from the Irish. Come on, you guys can do it. You guys can do it. First six, first six, 136 of the 17 overs. And we need 44. That was a big over, 18 runs from that over. Need they need about 22 from these from the last few overs. Oh yeah. And Pat Cummins is going to take the 18th over. They required run rate of 14, almost 15. And ball is played short and he misses it. Tried to give himself some room, but didn't quite get back to it. It That's of course McCarthy, number 60. And now we will see Australia. What can they do? And bull shot played by McCarthy straight to the hands of Steve Smith. And now Australia only needs one wicket. One wicket needed. I'll quickly edit the scores and update you. Uh, 9 down after 17 overs. Uh, 16 balls left. Left. Just, yeah. Uh, I don't have YouTube channel, but my mom. Put him in the chat, Chelsea. Put him in the chat. Put it in the chat, and I'll check it out and give it a sub. Check. Put a link to their channels in the chat, bro. Yeah, now it's coming out here for Josh Little. Joshua Little is coming out for Ireland. What can he do? They need 44 of 16 balls. What I would do is tell him give the shot to me if I was Tucker. Just tell him give the shot to me. Give it. And oh, that's a good bouncer by Cummins. Try to just uh, put it into or just touch it with his bat. Nice shot. Tried to play there by McCarthy, but just couldn't get enough elevation and put it in the right gap. And that ball is mistimed. It's him on the soldier. I don't know. They right there and went straight to the fielder. Couldn't quite run. Crossing ball, so it was out like this, crossing like this, or like that. So yeah. And ball was tried to play. They they're appealing. Will they review it? Just review it for fun. Just review it for fun, please. And they won't. So far, the season made an over plus a wicket. I think he's standing there, so just swing, um, just swing the ball. Try to get a six, you never know, or four. Just swing. That is going to be going to run a single. I don't know why, because that puts Little on strike for the next over. But yeah, now they need 43 of 12. Gisabel, it's 22.5. Uh, 22.5 runs per over. 12, 12 runs needed. They're on 107, 137. Maxwell back into the attack. We'll see what he can master. Oh, beautiful shot play. Try to the fielder, run a chance. And he's out. I think he's out. I think the game will end there. I think he's out. That was quick hands from Maxwell. I think he's out, personally. But there will be the umpire has asked them to review it, and we'll see. So ball was straight to the field. The little ran as fast as he could. Is he out? Uh, yes, he is. He's out. He's out. Out. And yeah, that's the end of the game. And I'll end it all. Yeah, Australia win by 42 runs. Australia uh, defeat Ireland by 42 runs. 42 runs. Very comprehensive end and tried the others, but just couldn't hit it. Tuck on strike is little. And yeah, Australia wins, good win. Yeah, definitely. But just put the link to your mom's and your brother's channel in the chat group. Put it in the chat. If you can, your motto, you can do it. Or just send it to me, then I will. Um, just yeah, we will end it. Yeah, we will end it. Australia win. People, thank you all who has joined. It's been a great stream. Thank you for money that's popped in. Just covering a few stuff.